Hey, how's it going, guys? Ancient Rune here, back with another Borderlands 3 build video, and today we'll be going over my Zane build, CCCryo Zane. This is a build focused on Calm Cool Collected in the green tree, with cryo damage and crit damage for a hybrid of your MNTIS and gun damage, so they both do very strong damage. Hollowpoints being very big and strong. This is a build in the Zane build document. It is the alt spec of the Cryo Crit Commander build. That'll be linked down below. There will also be a save file down below in my Discord. And then also, if you like this build, make sure to like, subscribe, and if you'd like, I go live on Twitch pretty often. If you want to follow there, I'd appreciate it. And yeah, just join my Discord anyway, even if you don't want the save file. I have live notifications there, and then I also have a Twitter where I post when I go live. So I hope you guys enjoyed this build as much as I do. It's not the craziest powerful build, but it's very rewarding in hitting crits, and just tons of fun. Really like it. You guys enjoy. Alright, for the gear, we use cryo guns specifically for increasing freezing enemies. Here you'll see we use barrier crit. This is just hitting insane crit damage, rewarding, and also will boost your MNTIS crits, so that's really good. This is an anoint that's just good for doing both your damage and MNTIS damage, instead of having like MNTIS damage anoint, which only boosts your MNTIS, or having Next Max, which only helps your damage. Here we have a couple guns that I like. Redistributor, Butcher, and Hail. These are not the best weapons. I have some weapons here. The Moonfire, Chaosin, Smog, Bloodstarved Beast. The bitch does alright. I was kind of just messing with it. The crit does pretty well, except you don't get good freezing rate on this, so you don't have CCC up as much. This is really good for like bossing if you can hit a crit though. Pollution's called really good. The Chaos Clairvoyance is really good. Do you want a Gatlet version? I just have a regular Dastardly Clairvoyance. The Helix does really good, so does the Convergence, Conference Call, Sandalk, and Stalker. And then for the Kick Charger and Backburner, I use these for bossing, especially if I can't hit a crit. I just swapped to these, and it's just fine. And then I just found this lump. This isn't anything special. Yeah, and then we use a URED Free Radical for Fight for Your Life. This is melee getting out of Fight for Your Life, your best option. You could also use a consecutive hits Hail or crit. You could use a URED Herald, and those would be also good substitutes. For the shield, we use a Revolter with action skill start. This will help with your damage and the the Mantis damage. So that's good for the shock damage, and then the fire rate good for your damage, and also your Mantis damage because of the Guardian rank here. Click a combo, which it says gun damage, but it's actually V1 damage, and this applies to your Mantis shot. So when you're shooting, you're also gonna be able to boost your Mantis damage when you activate it. So it's a noticeable increase, and it's really good to do. Recharge charge is what I found the best to have. Vagabond and Absorb work really well as well. But I use recharge just to keep your shield up as quick as possible. Super Soldier is also really fun. You have one less recharge part. You also lose shock damage for Mantis and your guns. But it's an option if you find a good one. I use CCCryo. You could use any ASC. But I just use Cryo since we're boosting it in other places. And then you could use your Frozen Heart. It's an option, but it's not as good to have. It just takes away the need for cryo guns, really. And then for your grenade, you could use any grenade with ASC radiation. We want the radiation for rad explosions. They do really good damage and help clear kill enemies. And then here we use an executor. This is the main thing you'll want. You get accuracy, handling is really nice, but the main thing you want is the crit and the status effect damage. And the status effect chance. It's just a really good class mod. Crit damage at max kill skill bonuses, you have 105% for status effect damage. You have 28%. Now this also just boosts cryo damage since cryo doesn't have a status effect or like a dot. So it just flat boosts that, but it also boosts the radiation dot that we get from AC Rad, making stronger rad explosions, which is really nice. And then the status effect chance just means better cryo efficiency. Here we have 2 in Violent Violence, 3 playing dirty. I'd say that's the best combo. Something with the Executor is you can't get more than 2 points in Violent Violence, which is really unfortunate because I'd love to have 5 points in it. It would be really good. But that's the best you can do. And then you could have Flash Radius. This is for hollow points. Hollow points are really, really strong in the main thing with mobbing in this build. So that I'd say that's like the main thing you'd want on your Executor is Slash Radius. And then assault rifle damage, just any weapon type damage. I have a bunch here. That's like the main thing. Just boost like the main type you're going to be using, or like the one that you need to boost the most to do your most damage. I have assault rifle damage as my main one right now because I like using assault rifles on this. I also really like using the SMGs on here. So those are my main choices. And then action skill damage is to boost your Mantis. Now, if you don't want to boost your Mantis as much, you could do weapon manufacturer type crit. That is also a really good option. That'll boost your weapon a lot more, and then your Mantis, it'll still boost Mantis, but not as much since we already have a bunch of crit. But it's still an option if like you get one. It's still really good. So I'd say the main thing is Flash Radius and weapon type, and then either action skill damage or manufacturer crit as like the god roll. And then the top rolls, all of them are good. Good Misfortune's also really good. You could just like not put a point in here if you get some in Good Misfortune, put them in these skills. Yeah, that's the choice. And then for bossing, we have an antifreeze here. That's the main thing I choose. And then if you have a good spy, it does work. And then you can get like a point in armor and flint. And then you'll insta-cryo when you ADS. So that's a really good option here. So if you get a good one, that works. But I find Execute would be better. Then for the artifact, the main thing we use is the Icebreaker Vic Rush. You get V2 damage for when you freeze enemies. You also get increased cryo efficiency, which you really want to freeze enemies as fast as possible. Then we get V1 and move speed from the Vic Rush part after you kill a badass. That applies to your Mantis. Also does the cryo efficiency and the V2 damage in Icebreaker. And then we get cryo damage to boost our guns and our Mantis. Mag size for our guns. And then area effect damage. You want that in the second or third slot. This is not for splash, but for the hidden radius bonus that it gives for bigger hollow points. It helps a lot. It also boosts your rad explosions, so boost your hollow points, and your rad explosions are being boosted. Also, I should mention that your revolter bonus also applies to your hollow points, so that just means even stronger hollow points. It's a big deal in this. There's some other options here. Atom Ball Vic Rush. If you get one of these, really good. You get stronger, bigger rad explosions as well. So that's an option there. Cut Purse just for ammo, good utility to have. And then a Toboggan for bossing is what I have. A Company Man works as well. This isn't like the perfect Company Man you'd have. You'd want AoE on here as well. Just an old one I had. But Company Man also works if you found like a God Roll one. I'd say you'd want probably cryo damage or shock or radiation. And then area effect and mag size. And then probably fire rate, mag size, and crit damage. Weapon damage can be good as well. Just like a standing still, just flat damage boost. And then with Vic Rush, if you also get weapon type, it's also really good. It's just not as restricting, and you don't have to have like one of every type. And then Pearl is just like an artifact if you get it. It's not the best of the best, but it's pretty good. Alright, for the skill tree, we have a pretty basic blue tree here. We have Violent Momentum, Violent Speed, Salvation, Seeing Red, Cool Hand. And now I'd like to even out points to try and get 5 out of 5 violence. I don't like having too much fire rate, but it's still good to have because fire rate means more kick combo, which means more damage to your guns and your Mantis Cannon. I'd say the main point I go for this is for the Mantis Cannon, just because personally I like having it do more damage. And then we have Playing Dirty here. It's 98% right now. If you can get 7 out of 5, that's great. Or even 8 out of 5. But 98% is the main thing. That will make it almost like every single time you proc your action skill, the next 5 shots will have an extra projectile. And then you only need 1 in Good Misfortune. Usually with barrier builds, I like to have 3 or 2 in Good Misfortune. But since we're going CCC, you don't need as many. And then, of course, this well is close, increased kill skill bonus and kill skill duration. These two skills, Seeing Red and Good Misfortune, boost Executor, which gives that 105 crit and 28% cryo bonus. And then we have no red tree here. This is just because I don't have extra points for what I want. And then we have green tree. Now, green tree usually isn't good. It's pretty bad, doesn't give any damage. But for what I do it for, it's actually pretty nice. We have red tree. This gives us a shield recharge rate and delay. Mainly for the recharge rate, this helps our shield get back up. Rise to the occasion, really good health regen for like passive. Like if you have a dot on you, this is really good health regen. It's amazing. And then Brain Freeze here we have for crits. This means faster freezing, which means more CCC uptime. And then we have Adrenaline for cooldown. Just 4 cooldowns, great. And then we have Really Expensive Jacket. This is a really underrated skill. This means that you're this is 50% duration. That means that like your just dots are like so much less. It's very noticeable. It's really good. And then we go Calm, Cool, Collected. That's what I say with CCC. This is Calm, Cool, Collected. Whenever Zane freezes an enemy, his shield instantly recharges. If Zane's shield's already full, he regenerates health. But if his shield is already full and his health is full, then his action skill immediately resets. This is also your Mantis Cannon and Barrier. So this brings back Mantis very, very fast. Keep with that high Mantis uptime, and it'll help with proliferation uptime. And I'll go over that in a second. For here, we go All-Rounder. And now I like to go to Turn Shield just because it stuns enemies, and it's really cool because then you could stun them and then easily hit them in the crit. But it is a bit harder to see, so if not, you could choose probably Charged Relay or Nanites or some shite. It's just kind of funny because it's just like or something for the second augment. It doesn't really matter because these don't really activate as much unless you have Barrier the Ground, which you don't do. Mainly just all-rounder. I like the Turns Field. It's not for everyone, but it's a cool thing. And now for Purple Tree, we go Mana Focus, just for accuracy. These two don't really help us as much. Execute Husband's Hands for crit. Same with Executor, just hitting those crits is really good. Then you have Commitment for cooldown and just some consistent gun damage. Fugitive, of course, you want to spread and run. And then we have 4 points in Domino Effect. This is because we're going to be hitting crits. This helps a lot. We gain fire rate and reload. Love fire rate, love reload. Great to have. And then we have Eraser. You don't need Eraser, but I like having it to line up enemies. Since we're critting anyways, there's a chance that something hits. And then we have for our augments, we have Cold Shoulder for that cryo. You gain increased freeze rate. You lose a little bit of get-in damage, but you gain it back through everything else. The main thing you want because Executor Cryo bonus also boosts this. Then we have Proliferation. This cannon damage is a pure molt. This just completely 100% at max molt, doubles your damage. And now we gain 2 charges as well. And now to keep up these 5 charges, CCC keeps that up. So we got CCC going, recharging our cannon, and we got shooting fast, damage from freezing enemies, just having that insane Mantis damage. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is one of my favorite Zane builds. It's pretty strong. It's not the best at Guardian Takedown, but it works. Just because of Guardian Takedown, harder to hit crits. Not that it doesn't lack the damage. It's just that with your damage all being focused in crits, it could be a little more like up and down, which is why sometimes I use next to max there. But besides that, it can do anything. Obviously, if you have a boss that's hard to hit crits or no crits, you can't do much besides swap to some other things. Besides that, it does everything pretty well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and again, Discord will have the save file. It's also in the build docs under Cryo Commander. And if you guys haven't already, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Peace.